Hey, how is it going? Ace Lucero Tech here. I'm really curious. Number one, how many of you are getting the Pixel 10 Pro XL? Kind of a mouthful, right? How many of you are getting it? I'm getting it. It's showing up. Hopefully it shows up Thursday, but I think it's showing up Friday. Cool, right? Now, how many of you are upgrading or switching from, for example, a Samsung Galaxy to the Pixel 10 Pro XL, or a Pixel in general, right? The Pixel 10 series is out. There's deals. I just want to know how many of you are upgrading to it. And the reason I'm asking is this. I have the luxury, or whatever you want to call it. I get to use Galaxy phones, iPhones, Pixel phones, whatever phone that I really want to use, I get to. That's just what I do. Now, the question is, how many of you coming from a Galaxy have actually stuck with it? Talk to me in the comments. I want to know. And another question is, for those of you that have gone from like a Samsung and you switched over to a Pixel, I think that's what I said in the first place, right? Say you've gone from a Pixel, no, I'm sorry. Say you went from a Galaxy to a Pixel. Like, if you're like me, you start missing all of the Galaxy features. Even if it's little stuff, it's not there, right? And I do rely on some of the Samsung apps that don't work. You know, it's just not the same. I rely on the Samsung apps. I rely on some of the Samsung features. And whenever you're on a Pixel, it's a different vibe because the Pixel was meant to do something completely different anyway, right? That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of that software. So whenever I get on the Pixel, and I want you all to talk to me about this, do you try to recreate your Samsung Galaxy experience, or are you actually using it like a Pixel, if you know what I'm saying, right? Because like for me, you guys see my setup whenever I make my tabletop videos. I have like that one folder on the bottom left, and then I have the edge bar. That edge bar is life to me. I love that thing, right? I just can't get enough of it. And I know that's kind of like a petty thing. And not only that, there's like, you know, I like the edge. I like the, what's the thing? I'm sorry. That's the edge notifications that you get. And a lot of the times I will leave my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I don't even get those, you know, because I'm working, I'm in meetings, I do stuff. But when I'm not, and I turn on everything, yeah, you know what I mean? And then you have, you know, you have all those customizations inside of your Samsung Galaxy. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff you can do with your Pixel as well, but you got to embrace the whole Pixelness, right? You actually have to just use the Pixel and utilize the software that's there, and don't ignore it, because it can seem like a chore going from a Galaxy to a Pixel. You're like, oh man, you know, especially if you're going from like an S25, because that's, you know, it has modern software, and you're going over to a Pixel 10, it's just not the same. But if you were to embrace the software, embrace the stuff that it actually does have to offer, and actually study your Google Pixel, your Pixel Tips app, and learn what the phone can do, I think you'll get a lot more out of it, and you'll be less like me throwing little tantrums at the end of the day, because it's hard for me to not use my Samsung Galaxy. I carry an iPhone with me, but there's no way I leave the house without my Galaxy. And even when I'm daily driving a Pixel, I got the Galaxy with me, because you just never know. I never know. All right, I'm just too reliant, we'll just say, on some of the Galaxy stuff. And yes, the S Pen has a lot to do with it, all right? But I know whenever you buy a Pixel, that's not what's going on. But the point of this video is, I want to know in the comments, like, what y'all have going on. I want to know in the comments, like, how do you guys handle going from a Galaxy to a non-Galaxy phone? How do you guys handle having all these, like, bizarre features to, like, no features, all right? Well, you know, basic features. Or anyway, I'll catch all of you in the next one.